Hello, did you know about all the hidden voices on your keyboard? They're there, they're hidden in submenu, underneath submenu, but I'm going to show you how you can access them now. Come up to the screen, and bear in mind I'm talking about Yamaha PSR-SX series keyboard, excluding the 600, and also Yamaha Genos and Genos 2. Now, on your home page just here, you'll know you have your voice selection in blue across the middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just press the right number 1, which is something you're probably very familiar with. And this screen will be something that's familiar to you as well. We're on the preset section. And as you know, you can just go to your various categories just here and you can choose your voices. And then there are sometimes additional ones like page 2, rather like the pages of a file of fax. And then sometimes you can press this arrow and it takes you a little further to additional pages. But this is just a portion of what's actually available because there are some hidden sounds in here as well. Here's how to access them. Have a look on the bottom right. It doesn't matter which category you're in, as long as you're on preset, but on the bottom right there's this little curly arrow that points upwards, and this acts a little bit like the back button on an internet browser. When we press this, we first of all go to this page, which is a visualization of a folder representing each category. So we've got piano and ePiano, acoustic guitar, organ and accordion. But if I go to page 2 here, there's one that is not represented here, and it's called Legacy. And within Legacy, if I press this, we're then presented with even more categories that contain totally new additional voices and sounds. 2 pages of them, in fact. For example, if I go into electric piano, none of these will be available in that category just there. They're all in addition. And there's some really good ones in here. Notice each time I go into a category, what I'm doing is I'm pressing the back button. So we go sort of back 1 page. Strings, there's pages upon pages, including the old Seattle Symphony Orchestra voices in there too, from instruments like Yamaha Tyros 5. So that gives away a little bit where these come from. The reason Yamaha put them on here is because they're essentially voices from older models that have been retained on the new models. Why? Well, firstly, to give you extra voices, but secondly, because some styles that are carried over from older models that people really have grown an attachment to, they've been particularly popular, have been retained, and they need those voices in order to get them to sound like an old Tyros 5 one or an old SX 700 one. And also, if you're using MIDI songs and you put a MIDI song in the keyboard via USB, for example, some of those songs will identify those particular voices and they will need them to make the song sound just right if it's an unusual instrument, or even if it's just how it was originally programmed on an older Yamaha keyboard model. So there, I'll show you one more time how to get there. So we go to any category just in here, and wherever you are, there's going to be this little upwards arrow. And if we press that until we see these folders, go to page 2, this is the case of an SX 920, might be on a different page on your model, Legacy, and there you've got all your categories. And here's a useful tip for you as well. Rather than have to navigate all the way through to those folders, next time you could do this. If there was a particular voice you liked, so if I wanted to play that lovely Seattle Orchestra with some pad on there, if you hold down this on the screen, watch what appears just to the left. This little yellow bar. And what that's going to do is it's going to duplicate the voice into our favorites, which is represented by this little star at the top. And when I go there, we can see Seattle Strings pad, it's saved. And I could go back and say, well, I also like this accordion, this musette accordion. Hold that down, goes yellow, and that duplicates it into our favorites. So rather than have to navigate through all these pages and go back and then go to page 2 and go to Legacy and go into accordion, by using the favorites option, we can just get to it next time we turn the keyboard on. I can go into my preset voices, and then at the top, this bar at the top, press the star, and there we can see all of our favorite ones that we've hand selected. So there you go. Loads of extra voices you may not have known about on your keyboard. I hope that's been useful for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.